Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet step by step this beautiful little sweater. This is the little Peter baby sweater, and it's for boys and girls between 3 and 6 months. Now you can easily make it smaller or bigger from a newborn size and up to 2 to 3 year size. In the information box below, I'll go ahead and leave you some information on how you can easily make it smaller or bigger, so be sure to check that out. Now in my channel, I have lots of tutorials for baby pants, baby hats, and baby booties if you'd like to complete the set. In the information box below, I'll go ahead and leave you links to all of those tutorials as well. And as always, if you prefer a written pattern, check out my Etsy shop. I'll leave the link to my Etsy shop up here on the right hand side and in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support. To begin, I'll be using this 3.5mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this number 3 weight yarn. You can also use any DK weight or 8 ply. For the 3 to 6 month size that we're going to make here in this tutorial, you're going to need about 108 grams, which is about 354 yards or 324 meters. Depending on the size that you make, you may need less or more. Remember that at the end of the tutorial, you can always find the finished measurements, and in the description box, I always leave you gauge information. So here to begin, I have 53 chains. This chain without stretching, it's measuring about 30 centimeters, which is about 12 inches. The stitch multiple to this base chain is multiples of 4 plus 1. Okay, so to begin, on the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, into the second chain, I'm going to make a single crochet. Single crochet into the next chain, single crochet into the next chain, and so on. For this first row, this is all we're going to do. Just one single crochet on each one of the chains. At the end of this first row, I'm going to have a total of 52 single crochets. Continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of this first row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. I have a total of 52 single crochets. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 2 and turn. These 2 chains do not count as a double crochet. Now in this row, what we're going to do is we're going to make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and into this next stitch, 2 double crochets into the same space. Let me show you. On top of this first single crochet, make a double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, and into the next, 2 double crochets into the same stitch, 1 and 2. This is going to be your repeat sequence, so let me show you again. You're going to make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and into the next, 2 double crochets into the same stitch, 1 and 2. Continue like this all the way to the end of this row. I'll meet you there to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. I have a total of 64 double crochets. Now here at the end, I finished by making these last 4 double crochets. Now for the third row, you're going to chain 2 and turn. The 2 chains do not count as a double crochet. Now in this row, we're going to make 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into this next double crochet, 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Let me show you. On top of this first double crochet, make your first double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next stitch, 2 double crochets into the same stitch, 1 and 2. Let me show you again. This is going to be your repeat sequence. So we're going to make 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next, 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Okay, continue like this, just making 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next, 2 double crochets into the same stitch. I'll meet you at the end of this third row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. I finished this row by making these last 4 double crochets. Now I have a total of 76 double crochets for this third row. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to work single crochets along this part here and make a buttonhole on this side. We're going to make this into a little pullover sweater, so what I plan to do is join here like this once we're done making single crochets here on this edge and on this edge. Now since we're on this side here, we're going to chain 1 and into this double crochet space right there, insert your hook and make 2 single crochets. Now insert your hook here where we have the 2 chains here, into that space, make 2 single crochets, make 1 single crochet into this single crochet row, and then 1 single crochet into the chain here at the end. Okay, so let me count them. I did 2, 4, 6 single crochets. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to chain 2, turn, skip this single crochet, and into the next right here make my single crochet here. Now this is going to be the buttonhole that I'm going to make right there. I'm going to use these really tiny buttons. These are 1/4 of an inch or 7mm buttons, and I just want to make sure that these 2 chains are enough to fit through. Yep, perfect. Okay, now if you're going to use bigger buttons, then just make sure you make more chains here to allow the button to go through. Now one thing here before we continue, if you're going to make this little sweater for little girls, just continue along making single crochets. Don't do these 2 chains here. You're going to do your buttonhole on this side, okay? But since I'm making this for a little boy, this is where we're going to make it. Now here we're just going to continue and work these single crochets until I come to the very end right here. Okay, now we have the 2 chains, and then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. Now I've cut my yarn, so pass your yarn through this last loop here, and this part here is done. So the buttonhole is done, so we're going to come here to this other end. I put a stitch marker here to mark the side where I'm going to make my buttonhole, so I already did it. So now here we're going to go to this side, and we're going to go under. This is actually going to be the right side, so I'm going to put the stitch marker here just to mark the right side. Okay. So now we're going to go here to this other end. We're going to grab a loop, and we're going to work single crochet. So I'm just going to insert my hook here at the end where I have these chains, grab a loop, chain 1, and then work 2 single crochets into these chains here along the side, 1 and 2. Then we have this double crochet row, make 2 single crochets. Then we have the row of single crochets, make 1 single crochet, and then 1 single crochet into this chain space. Now I have 2, 4, 6 single crochets, chain 1, turn. Here we're going to skip this last single crochet we just did, and into the next here we're going to make a single crochet. So here on this side I'm only going to have 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. With the chain 1 space that we did here is 6. Just don't want this part here to be too long. See right there. Now if we join them, they should be about the same size. Yes, perfect. Okay, so now here we're just going to pass our yarn through this last loop. Cut your yarn, so pass it through that last loop, and this part here is done. So now to do the next part where we're going to join, this is the right side, remember, and this is where we have our buttonhole. So we're going to make sure that the buttonhole part here goes on top. There's our buttonhole right there. So this is going to go on top like this. And now we're going to turn this like this. Now insert your hook into this stitch here. See, that's the very last stitch right there. See? Which is this double crochet where we did the 2 single crochets there. So insert your hook there. Now insert your hook through the back as well, this single crochet right there. Now bring this loop here to the front, or make a loop, and then bring it through the front like this, and you're going to chain. pull this so that it's nice and tight. Make 2 chains, 1 and 2, and into this same stitch here, the same double crochet, you're going to go in again and through the back, through the same stitch we did the slip stitch or the chain right there, through both of these two, and make a double crochet. Now we're going to continue with the same sequence. In our last row, row 3, we would make 4 double crochets and then into the next 2 double crochets. So in this row we're going to make 5 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets. So I already have my first double crochet there, so into the next make a double crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Again, you're going to make double crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch. This is going to be your repeat sequence, so continue like this, just making 5 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish this 4th row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 4th row. I have a total of 87 double crochets up to here. I still have 1 more left, so I want to make sure I have a total of 88 double crochets for this 4th row. Now what we're going to do here is this part here, these are the single crochets we did. I'm going to make sure to hold it in place by making my last double crochet and inserting my hook through this single crochet and my last double crochet here in the back. Now take 2 loops off, don't close your double crochet. I still have 2 loops on my hook. Now yarn over again and insert your hook into this next stitch right there. Now we're doing this like this because if I were to close this double crochet and join to the first double crochet with a slip stitch, I'm going to have a gap there and I don't want that, so we're going to do this way. Now I have 4 loops on the hook, take 2 loops off, I have 3 loops on the hook, close your double crochet. Okay, now this stitch that we just did has 2 legs. It's only going to count as 1 double crochet here. Now join to the top of the first double crochet, not the chains, and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this 4th row with a total of 88 double crochets, and that's what it looks like here. Okay, there it is. This part here is done. Now for the 5th row, from here on we're just going to continue around making double crochets with increases, and we're not going to turn here. So for the 5th row, chain 2 and into the same stitch here make a double crochet. Remember that 2 chains never count as a double crochet or any stitch. So now here in this 5th row, we're going to continue with the same sequence. So now here in this row, we need to make 6 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Okay, so let me show you again. This is going to be your repeat sequence. Make 6 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch. This is all we're going to do, so continue like this. At the end of this 5th row, you should have a total of 100 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 5th row. I have a total of 100 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Now to finish this row, go to the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this 5th row. Now for the 6th row, we're going to chain 2. And in this row, we're going to make 7 double crochets. So beginning inside the same stitch here where we did the slip stitch, make your first double crochet. Then you're going to make your next double crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets, and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch, like this. Again, you're going to make 7 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch. This is going to be your repeat sequence, so continue like this all the way around. At the end of this 6th row, you should have a total of 112 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 6th row. I have a total of 112 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. To finish this row, we're going to go to the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this 6th row. Now for the 7th row, chain 2. In this row, we're going to make 8 double crochets, and then into the next stitch, 2 double crochets into the same space. So let me show you. We're going to make our first double crochet into the same stitch we did the slip stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets, and into the next stitch 2 double crochets into the same stitch here. Okay, and this is your repeat sequence for the rest of the row. You're going to make 8 double crochets, and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Again, repeat 8 double crochets, and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch. This is all you're going to do all around this row. At the end of this 7th row, you're going to have a total of 124 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 6th row. I have a total of 112 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. To finish this row, we're going to go to the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this 6th row. Now for the 7th row, chain 2. In this row, we're going to make 8 double crochets, and then into the next stitch 2 double crochets into the same space. So let me show you. We're going to make our first double crochet into the same stitch we did the slip stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets, and into the next stitch 2 double crochets into the same stitch here. Okay, and this is your repeat sequence for the rest of the row. You're going to make 8 double crochets, and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Again, repeat 8 double crochets, and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch. This is all you're going to do all around this row. At the end of this 7th row, you're going to have a total of 124 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 7th row. I have 124 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Now to finish this row, go to the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish the 7th row. Now for the 8th row, we're going to chain 2. In this row, we're going to make 9 double crochets, and into the next 2 double crochets. So let me show you. The first double crochet goes into the same stitch we do the slip stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch. This is all we're going to do for this 8th row. You're going to make 9 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets, and then again repeat the same thing. Make 9 double crochets and into the next stitch 2 double crochets. You're going to do this all around. At the end of this 8th row, we're going to have a total of 136 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 8th row, and I have a total of 136 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Now to finish this row, we're going to go to the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish the 8th row. Now for the 9th row, chain 2. For this row, we're going to make 10 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch. So let me show you. The first double crochet will go into the same stitch. We do the slip stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets into the same space. Okay, this is all you're going to do for this 9th row. You're going to make 10 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets into the same stitch, and then again repeat the same thing. Continue all around. At the end of this 9th row, you're going to have a total of 148 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 9th row, and I have a total of 148 double crochets. Now to finish this 9th row, we're going to go to the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this 9th row, and our yoke is done. This is what it looks like. Now it's measuring from the top of the neckline down here to this last row. It measures 10 centimeters, which is about 4 inches. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to divide our sleeves. What I have here is between these 2 stitch markers, I have 40 double crochets. Between this stitch marker and this stitch marker, I have 34 double crochets. Between this stitch marker and this stitch marker over here, I have 40 double crochets, and then between this stitch marker and this one, I have 34 double crochets. So this is going to be the back, the front, and the 2 sleeves. Okay, so now we're going to divide our sleeves. So this is going to be our first row. We're going to start counting rows again. So for the first row, chain 2. In this row here, we're going to make 20 double crochets. So we chained 2, and the first double crochet will go into the same stitch we do the slip stitch. So here's the first double crochet, then the next double crochet on top of the next double crochet, and so on. Here we're going to make these 20 double crochets, so continue and I'll meet you here to show you how we're going to divide our first sleeve. Okay, finish making these 20 double crochets. Now we're going to chain 4, skip 34 double crochets, and into the 35th double crochet, which is this one here after the stitch marker, I'm going to make a double crochet. Now here I'm going to continue and make these 40 double crochets. So make the 40 double crochets and I will meet you here to show you how we're going to divide the other sleeve. Okay, I finished making these 40 double crochets. Now we're going to divide the other sleeve. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 34 double crochets and into the 35th double crochet, which is this one here after the stitch marker, make a double crochet. And now here we're going to make these 20 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish the first row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. I finished making these 20 double crochets. So now to finish, we're going to go to the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish the first row with a total of 80 double crochets. We have 40 double crochets for this back side, and then we have 40 double crochets for the front side. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 2, Remember, these 2 chains never count as a stitch. Now here we're going to make these 20 double crochets. So beginning here into the same space we do the slip stitch, we're going to make our first double crochet and then make the next, and so on until you have 20 double crochets. I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 20 double crochets. So now what we're going to do here under the sleeve where we have these 4 chains is on each one of the chains we're going to make 2 double crochets. So beginning here into this first chain, you're going to make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Into the next chain, make the same thing, 2 double crochets. Okay, into the third chain, same thing, 2 double crochets. And into the last chain, the fourth chain, do 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Okay, and this is how we're going to work this part here. And that's what it looks like. So we have 8 double crochets, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now we're going to continue for this front side and make our 40 double crochets. So here, beginning on top of this first double crochet, see right here, don't go to this stitch here, it's back here. So right there, insert your hook and make your first double crochet, and then into the next, and so on. So for this part here, we're going to have 40 double crochets. Then you're going to come here where we have the 4 chains, and you're going to do the exact same thing we did here. You're going to make 2 double crochets on each one of the chains and continue along and finish these last 20 double crochets. I will meet you here at the end of this second row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row and I have a total of 96 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Now to finish, we're going to go to the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch, and this is how we finish the second row with 96 double crochets. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 2. In this row, we're going to make these first 20 double crochets. So beginning here where we have where we made the first slip stitch, you're going to make your first double crochet, then continue along until you have a total of 20 double crochets. I will meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 20 double crochets. Now what we're going to do here is we have these 8 double crochets. We have 2, 4, 6, 8. Into the first double crochet, we're going to make 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Then we're going to work these 6 double crochets in between, and into the last double crochet, we're going to make 2 double crochets. So let me show you. So this is the first double crochet out of the 8. So we're going to make 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And then we're going to make 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into this last double crochet right there, the 8th double crochet, you're going to make 2 double crochets into the same stitch. So now here we're going to have 10 double crochets. So we did an increase at the end and at the beginning. See, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this is how you're going to work the other side. And now here we're just going to continue and work these 40 double crochets. When you come here where we have the 8 double crochets under the sleeve, you're going to do the exact same thing we just did. Into the first double crochet, make 2 double crochets, and into the last double crochet, make 2 double crochets. So you're going to have 10 double crochets here. And then continue along and finish this third row. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. I have a total of 100 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Now to finish this row, go to the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish the third row with 100 double crochets. Now for the fourth row, we're going to chain 2. And in this row, all we're going to do are double crochets all around. We're not going to make any more increases. All we're going to do are double crochets. So beginning here into the same space, we do the slip stitch, make your first double crochet, then a double crochet into the next, and so on. All we're doing are double crochets all around. At the end of this fourth row, you're going to have a total of 100 double crochets. I will meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this fourth row and I have a total of 100 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Now, to finish this row and all the rows that follow, just go to the top of the first double crochet right here and make a slip stitch. And this is how you're going to finish this row and all the rows to follow. Now, for row 5, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2, and in this row we're going to repeat the exact same thing we did for row 4. You're going to just make double crochets all around and then finish in the same way I just showed you. So now here, to make your first double crochet at the beginning of every row, you're going to go into the same stitch we do the slip stitch and make your first double crochet, and then a double crochet into the next, and so on. This is all you're going to do all around. Just repeat the exact same thing we did on the fourth row. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do, but I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 16th row. So in total, from the first row where we divided the sleeves up to this last row, I did 16 rows, and it measures from the top of the neckline right here down to the last row. It's about 10 inches and a quarter, which is about, let's see, 26 centimeters. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is we're going to work front post and back post double crochets. So now here, chain 1, and we have this first double crochet right there. This first double crochet I'm going to work into a front post double crochet. The next one, a back post double crochet. The next one, front post double crochet. The next one, back post double crochet. This is all I'm going to do all around. I'm just going to alternate between a front post double crochet and a back post double crochet, just like this. Now, if you have problems making the front post and the back double crochets, what you can do is just work single crochets all around for, I don't know, 4 or 5 rows, depending how long you want this part here to be. But I'm going to make front post and back post double crochets on mine. So I'm going to continue all around doing the same thing, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row of front post and back post double crochets. Now we're going to make 2 more rows. So to finish this row and the next 2 rows, you're just going to go here to the side where we have this chain, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this row, and that's how you're going to finish the next 2 rows too. Now for the second row, chain 1, and this first double crochet that's here is a front post double crochet, so we're going to make a front post double crochet. The next one is a back post double crochet. Next one, front post double crochet. This is all we're going to do for this second row. Now when you finish this row, you're just going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then do the same thing we just did. So I'll meet you at the end of the third row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row of front post and back post double crochets. Now I told you to make 3 rows, but I decided to change this third row to half double crochets instead of double crochets. This part here was getting too long, and I don't want this to be too long. So here we're going to chain 1, and this first stitch that's right here is the front post double crochet. So now it's going to be a front post half double crochet. The next one, back post half double crochet, front post half double crochet, back post half double crochet. This is all I'm going to do all around, so continue like this, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making this last row of front post and back post half double crochets, and here I just joined here to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and then pass my yarn through that last loop, and this part here is done, and this is what it looks like from the back. Okay, and here's the front. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to work on the neckline. Now the neckline is a bit wide, so we're going to reduce it a little before we make our collar. So up here into this chain that's up here, the very first chain, I'm going to grab this loop. I'm actually going to make another one, and I'm going to use the color white. So I'm going to bring this to the front like this, chain 1. So chain 1, and into the same stitch here we're going to make a single crochet. Now we're going to make 4 more, so with this one here is going to be 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the next 2, insert your hook, grab a loop, insert your hook into the next, grab a loop, 3 loops, close. That's our stitch reductions. So now again we're going to make 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the next 2, insert your hook, grab a loop, insert your hook into the next, grab a loop, 3 loops, close. This is all we're going to do all around, so continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end right here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of single crochets, and I have a total of 48 single crochets. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now here, what we're going to do is, on top of this first single crochet, I'm going to go to the back loop of this stitch here and make a single crochet. Now into the next single crochet, I'm going to make 2 single crochets, and I'm going to always make sure to go through the back loop like this. Now into the next, 1 single crochet, into the next, 2 single crochets, into the next, 1 single crochet, into the next, 2 single crochets. I'm just going to alternate between 2 single crochets and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way to the end. And I'm going to make sure that I go through the back loop of the single crochet. Continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end right here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row of single crochets, and I have a total of 72 single crochets. Now we're going to find the center here of our neckline, so the center is right here. This is single crochet number 36, and then I just put a stitch marker right there. Now if you have more stitches or less, just find the center and then put a stitch marker. So now here, what we're going to do for the third row is we're going to chain 2 and turn. The 2 chains do not count as a stitch. Now here, we're going to make a total of 30 double crochets. So beginning on top of this first single crochet, we're going to make a double crochet into the next, double crochet into the next single crochet, and so on. So continue like this until we have 30 double crochets, and I'll meet you there to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I did a total of 29 double crochets, not including the 2 chains here at the beginning. I know I had told you to do 30, but only do 29. Okay, so now here, what we're going to do into the next 4 single crochets is 4 half double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and now here we're going to work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and into this last stitch make a slip stitch, and this is how we're going to finish this row. Now for the next row, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now here into this single crochet, not here but here, we're going to make a single crochet, 1, 2, and then I'm going to make 4 half double crochets, but they're going to go between the stitches, not on top, but between each half double crochet make a half double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 half double crochets. Now here we're going to work double crochet, so same thing between the 2 stitches. So make a double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Here you're just going to finish the side here by making double crochet, so I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 29 double crochets, and here I just cut my yarn and passed my yarn through that last loop, and this part here is done. So this side is done, and that's what it looks like. Now we're going to do the same thing for this side here. This is where I had my stitch marker, but I removed it, so I'm just going to insert my hook right there. I'm going to grab this loop in this white color again, bring it through the front like this, and make sure that this chain is, or this loop is nice and tight. So chain 1 now. Now we're going to make 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and now we're going to make 4 half double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're going to make 29 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue like this until you have your 29 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 29 double crochets. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2 and turn. Now here we're going to work 29 double crochets again, but we're going to work them between each double crochet. So beginning here between these 2 stitches, make your first double crochet. The 2 chains do not count as a stitch. And then between the next 2, a double crochet, between the next 2, a double crochet, and so on. Continue like this until we have 29 double crochets, and I'll meet you there to show you what we need to do next. Okay, finished making these 29 double crochets. Now I'm going to make 4 half double crochets. Same thing between the 2 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 half double crochets, then 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and a slip stitch into this stitch here, the next one, and a slip stitch here on this other side too. And let me see, should I make another one? Yes, probably here. A slip stitch. So that this part here looks nice and pretty right in the very center. So now here I'm just going to pass this yarn through this last loop. Then I'm going to pass my yarn through this needle and pass this yarn through the back of this stitch here. And this is what it looks like here, right in the very center. Now I'm just going to hide my yarn under the collar, and this part here is done. That's what it looks like. This is what it looks like from the back. There it is. And this part here is done. Okay, so now I'm going to come back and show you how we're going to make the sleeves. Okay, now we're going to make this sleeve here on the right side. I've already finished the other side, so we're going to do the exact same thing here on this side. Okay, so now here we're going to insert our hook right in the very center. Right here we have 8 double crochets, so right in the very center, insert your hook, grab a loop, bring it through the front. Now chain 2, and now we're going to make a double crochet into the same space here. Now the 2 chains do not count as a double crochet, so I only have 1 double crochet here. Now we're going to yarn over. We have 4 double crochets here, so we're going to move 2 to one side and 2 to the other, insert your hook there, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook here after the next 2 double crochets, so right there, grab a loop, 2 loops, 3 loops on the hook, close. Here's our stitch reduction, which counts as 1 double crochet. Now we have this double crochet here, so insert your hook, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook again into that space, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Here's our second stitch reduction. We're going to do 1 more. Yarn over, insert your hook into this hole right there, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, and then insert your hook into this first double crochet, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. So here we just did 3 stitch reductions plus the double crochet we did here at the beginning. We have 4 double crochets. Now here all we're going to do is just go around making double crochets just like this. So continue like this, and I'll meet you here at this other end to show you how we're going to finish this first row. Okay, I'm here at the other side of the sleeve. I have 36 double crochets. Now I'm going to yarn over and insert my hook here into this last double crochet. Grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook here into this space here. This is part of this double crochet, so into that space, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, close. Okay, that's 37, and then I'm going to make a stitch reduction right here where we have this double crochet. So insert your hook, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook again into that space, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Okay, so now I have 38 stitches. And I'm going to make one more. So yarn over, insert your hook right here to the side. We have, let's see, we have the 4 double crochets. So right there to the side, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, and then here right in between these two, insert your hook, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. So now I have 39 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. To finish this first row, go to the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. And that's how we finish this first row. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 2 and into the same stitch here, make 1 double crochet. And then here at the beginning, we're going to work a reduction, and then at the end. So here, insert your hook into this next stitch, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Okay, now here you're just going to continue all around, just making double crochets, just like this. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. Up to here I have 36 double crochets, and I still have 2 more stitches here. So here I'm going to work a stitch reduction. So insert your hook, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, grab a loop, 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Okay, and now I have 37 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. To finish this second row, just go to the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish the second row with a total of 37 double crochets. Now I'm going to make 1 more reductions at the beginning and at the end in the third row. If you don't need to make that reduction, then don't do it, just make double crochets all around. So now here, chain 2 and into the same stitch here, make a double crochet. Then we're going to work our stitch reduction. So insert your hook into the first stitch, grab a loop, 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Now here I'm just going to go around just making double crochets, continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you how we're going to finish this third row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. I have 34 double crochets up to here. Now I still have these 2 double crochets, so I'm going to work a stitch reduction. So yarn over, insert your hook, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. And now I have a total of 35 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. To finish this row, go to the top of the first double crochet right here and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this third row. Now for the fourth row, we're going to chain 2 and into the same stitch here, we're going to make a double crochet. Now here, I'm going to make a stitch reduction at the end of the row. So here I'm just going to continue all around making double crochets, just like this. Okay, so continue like this, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish this fourth row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this fourth row. Up to here I have 33 double crochets, and I still have these 2 stitches here. I'm going to work a stitch reduction, so yarn over, insert your hook, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the last double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Now I have a total of 34 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Remember that these stitch reductions count as 1 double crochet. Now to finish, go to the top of this double crochet and make a slip stitch, and this fourth row is done. Now for the fifth row, we're going to chain 2, and into the same stitch here, we're going to make a double crochet. Now in this row, all we're going to do are double crochets all around. We're not going to work any more reductions. So continue like this. I'll meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish this fifth row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this fifth row, and I have a total of 34 double crochets up to here, not including the 2 chains. Now to finish, go to the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. And this is how you're going to finish this row and all the rows that follow. Now for the sixth row, you're going to chain 2, and into this stitch here, the same stitch, we're going to make a double crochet. Now for this row, row 6 up to the 13th row, this is all we're going to do. We're just going to make double crochets all around. When you finish this row, you're going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch on top of the first double crochet, then chain 2, and then start your row in the same way I just did here. So continue like this. I'll meet you at the end of the 13th row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making this 13th row, and I ended with 34 double crochets, and this is what it looks like. Now what I'm going to do is, with this color white, I'm going to make a row of front post and back post double crochets, and then 2 rows of half double crochets, front post and back post. Okay, so let me show you here. I have a loop. So insert your hook here into the same stitch where you did your slip stitch. Chain 1. And now here, this first double crochet that's right here, we're going to work a front post double crochet. Now again, if you have a hard time making these front post and back post double crochets, you can just make single crochets all around. Okay, and then into the next, a back post double crochet, front post double crochet, back post double crochet. Continue like this all around, alternating between a front post like this double crochet and a back post double crochet. I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of front post and back post double crochets. Up to here I have 33 double crochets. Now I still have this last one here. I'm not going to work that last one, so I'm just going to go here to the side where I have the chain and make a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this row with a total of 33 front post double crochets and back post double crochets. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 1, and in this row we're going to make front post and back post half double crochets. So yarn over, and then here this first stitch that we have is a front post double crochet, so we're going to work a front post half double crochet. The next one is a back post half double crochet, next one front post half double crochet, and so on. This is all I'm going to do all around, so continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of front post and back post half double crochets. To finish, we're just going to go here to the side and make a slip stitch. Now chain 1, and we're going to make one more row. So this first one is a front post, so make a front post half double crochet. Next one, back post half double crochet, and so on. Continue like this for this row, and then I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making this last row. Here I just joined to the beginning where we have the chain with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and then pass my yarn through this last loop, and this part here is done, and the sleeve is all done. Now you're going to do the exact same thing we did here for the sleeve. You're going to do it here on this other side. I did mine already, and I did it exactly the same way. So here is my finished little cardigan. This is what it looks like. There it is. Let me show you the back. Here's the back. That's what it looks like. Now let me give you the finished measurements. From the neckline to the end of the cuff, it's measuring about 27 centimeters, which is about 10.5 inches. From under the sleeve to the end of the sleeve, it's measuring about 16 centimeters, which is about 6.25 inches. Now I forgot to measure here the sleeve. It's measuring about 9 centimeters, which is about 3.5 inches. The total length from the top of the shoulder to the end here of the hem, it's measuring about 30 centimeters, which is about 11.75 inches. The chest measurement, just the top, it's measuring about 23.5 centimeters, which is about 9.25 inches. The yoke depth from here to here, it's measuring about 12 centimeters, which is about 4.75 inches. Now the neck circumference all around, it's measuring about 28 centimeters, which is about 11 inches. So based on these measurements, this little sweater is for baby boys and girls between 3 and 6 months. You can easily make it smaller or bigger from a newborn size and up to 2 to 3 year size. In the description box below, I'll go ahead and leave you some information on how you can easily make it smaller or bigger, so be sure to check that out. I will also leave you the link to my Etsy shop if you prefer a written pattern. Now, as far as yarn, for the 3 to 6 month size, I used a total of 108 grams, which is about 354 yards or 324 meters. Depending on the size that you make, you may need less or more. Now, if you want to make a pair of pants, baby booties, or baby hat to complete the set, I'll leave you links to all of those tutorials in the description box. Okay, so this was today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.